This is Physics 221, the Physics 2 lab. In order to be in the Physics 2 lab, you need to be in Physics 220, which is the Physics 2 class. And there's no way you can be in one without the other. You could have done that last semester, and that would be perfectly okay to be here too. First thing we're going to do is go look for the website. And because my home page is the website, that makes it interesting. In general, you'd probably get there by typing iwcc.edu, and that sends you to the home page of Iowa Western, and then you'd click on the ROC portal, Weaver Online Courses or Classes, and that would bring you to the same spot that my home page is, but yours wouldn't say faculty staff, yours would probably say student. Okay, so now we're looking for a class that's a lab, and in your case you're only going to have two things up there anyway. One, I'm going to have multiple ones because I'm an instructor. I'm going to go and I'm going to turn on my editing just to show you why it is that you're only seeing what you're saying. So the eyes are not crossed out, so you can see all those things, and you can see down to the introduction. All right, well, there's a welcome page, and the welcome page says, welcome. Isn't that great? Yeah, well, that was definitely nice of me to say that. At least I have a welcome page. And then there's a syllabus. I can click on the syllabus and it'll open for me. And the lab is a 1-credit class. It's separate from the 4-credit class, but you need both in general. So 1 credit, that's all you get. And this is a web class. It has learning objectives. It has a grading scale. So 100% of your grade is based on your lab. There's no tests. There's no papers to write. And basically you have 2 or 3 labs to do every single week to get them all done. And you notice that some chapters don't have labs. Perfectly okay. So chapter 33 and 34, I don't have labs for 33 and 34. And maybe there's other cases too. Don't forget to turn off your cell phone while you're in class, though. That's very no, I guess not. This is a web class. I really don't care if your cell phone's on or not. All right. The introduction page is the cool page because it has the downloadable files which you're going to have to download to do the labs. So you're going to need an Exploration of Physics, which is Volume 1, and you're going to need an Exploration of Physical Science Volume 2. If you're a Mac user, chances are you won't be able to make those files work because you're a Mac user. No, probably not. Probably because the Lions operating system won't run them, and the people that sell these things haven't upgraded yet. So if you're a Mac user, then what you need to do is you need to send me your mailing address so I can send you 2 CDs that have these programs on, so you can find a PC and run the programs from that PC without downloading them. If you're challenged by your Windows 8 machine or something, remember that there's a compatibility mode that you can put the program into if you want to. So you don't necessarily have to run it in Windows 7. You can run these programs in Windows XP, Service Pack 3, and that would probably be an okay thing to do too. If you're using a dial-up modem trying to download 40 megs of data, 50 megs of data, that is also a very interesting thing. Okay, but that's where the downloadable files are. One's called Volume 1, one's called Volume 2. When you get done, you're going to want two icons on your desktop, one saying volume 1, the other one saying volume 2. So that's the idea. Now, as you do the lab, it's going to tell you go to volume 1 and do something. Go to volume 2 and do something. If you can't tell the difference between volume 1 and volume 2, that will be very interesting, won't it? Yes, it will. All right, so we're going to go and look at our first lab. Again, I can jump to things. Now, right now, that first lab is hidden, so you're not going to be able to see it until I go and unhide it. Now, that's going to happen probably 2 weeks before class starts, so you can start working on them if you wanted to. Okay. So I click there, I click over here. Now, in general, the best way to do this lab is to have two computers open at the same time, because you're going to want to do more than one thing. Okay, question 1. I had downloaded the program from the home page, and I know the software, and I have it there. Or I have you may have the software already because of physics. You took physics 1 earlier. I've installed the two programs. That's good. And I have them. That's good. I can tell the difference between volume 1 and volume 2. If those three things haven't been done, I can't tell the difference. Then that would be sad, because you're not going to get very far. So there's 3 points already out of 90 some on your lab thing. All right, so the lab is in a quiz format. Run volume 1. Click on the heat tab. Check on the ideal gas. Place the volume someplace. Place the temperature someplace. Place the number of moles someplace. Click clear. Take the volume and move it to the maximum, and move it back several times. And is the line a straight line? Is the graph a straight line? Yes or no? Oh, okay. Well, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. Now, the issue is, can I remember all that? And can I remember it past run volume 1? And I don't know. We'll try. So I'll try to see if I can remember that. Okay, so I'm running volume 1. And I'm going to heat. So to go to heat, go to ideal gas. All right. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to do something. Do we remember what it is? Okay, we're going to put the volume someplace. Where did it say to put the volume? Put the volume someplace. I forget where it said to put the volume. So I'm going to put the volume someplace, and I'm going to put the temperature someplace that it told me to put it. But I forget what those two things were. I'm going to hit clear, and I'm going to move the moles up and down. Is that what it said to do? Probably not. That's probably not what it said to do. I forgot already. All right. So we'll quit. We'll get out of here. We'll go back. All right, now, 10 liters, temperature 70, moles 1. Then I move volume. 1071, move volume. All right, let's see if I can do it right this time. Now, if I would have printed out that page, and that would have been cool, or if I had my second computer up, that would have been cool too. Heat, ideal gas, 10, 70, thank you very much, 69, and I want 70. All right, 71, okay, clear. And then I'm supposed to move the volume up and down. Now clearly if I hadn't done this, if I didn't do this, and I answered that question yes or no, I'd probably get the wrong answer maybe. But now I look at that and say, what was the question? I don't remember the question. So we'll get out of here again. Now for the computer science guys, I'm sure there's a way to get to that other screen without dumping the program, right? There's some quick key or something. Is the graph a straight line? False. It wasn't a straight line. Okay, see how that works? Yeah, that's the way that works. And I know there's other people that know how to do that. Anyway, so there's 9 different questions like that. That's all there is to lab 17. Now, if the question is true or false, chances are the computer can automatically grade it. Okay, and that's true 9 times out of 10. 1 time out of 10, whether the answer is true or false will depend on what your next answer is. I know, that seems weird. But this is only a computer program. It's not physical reality. If it were physical reality, then if you answered it true or false and that was correct, then it wouldn't matter what the next answer is. But this is computer science guy's idea of a physics program. All right, so, but 9 times out of 10, true or false, one way or the other. Most of the time, the computer is perfectly happy grading your multiple choice questions. It can do that, not a problem. When it comes to grading your short answer questions, let's say the answer to the question is 14 degrees centigrade. Okay, now I can put in multiple answers that say 14 degrees centigrade in the computer, and it'll automatically grade it. Okay, so if you put 14 down, the computer is probably not going to say it. The computer is going to say it's wrong. There's no units there. So the computer is going to mark that one wrong. If you put 14 degrees centigrade in, then you've overachieved, because how did you get the centigrade thing, right? How did you get the degree thing? How did you do that? So 14 degree centigrade, 14 centigrade, 14 degree centigrade, 14 centigrade degree. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to write down the right answer. I could come up with another dozen ways to write the right answer. Is there anything? It might be 14.0 with all those things attached to it. So a short answer question, the computer may or may not be able to grade the thing right. And in fact, some of the problems, the short the short answer questions, the key only has something in it to remind me what the right answer is, so I can grade it later. So don't try to please the computer, is what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to essay questions, the computer is unable to grade an essay question, period, the end. So is there an essay question? Yeah, there's an essay question, and the computer cannot grade that at all. I have to wait to grade it. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, the labs are designed so you can redo them. So you do the labs, you let me grade them, you go back and do them again. Clearly, if you answered it true the first time and you got it wrong, you should answer it false the second time, right? So you do that until you get the grade you want. This is only a 1-credit class, so we expect everyone to get an A in it. And but you'd continue doing the labs until you got the grade that you wanted to have. Okay, good enough. Always put in units. You'll see 0.9 units missing. That's your grade. Instead of having 1.0, you get a 0.9, you're missing units. Significant digits count. Let's see, 0.8. So that's minus 0.1 for significant digits, minus 0.1 for units. So you can't tell me the answer is 378.9275 if you're multiplying 2 times 2. You only have one significant digit. Well, you wouldn't get that 2 times 2 anyway, but anyway, you get the idea. So significant digits will count in your grade as well as units being counted in your grade. If there's a slow motion button, use it. There's a reason for that slow motion button. And the lab in general is a fun thing. Shouldn't take too long to do. Try not to fall behind. Have questions? I think you can figure out how to email me, because we can we email from this site? No, we can't email from this page because this is a quiz page, but we can email from, yes, I want you to leave the page. We can email from the site because there's the compose an email. Okay, again, if you are a Mac user, email me your mailing address so I can mail you out the CDs so you can do the labs on some PC someplace without them being loaded, because these programs will run right off the other machine. Now I promised to show you compatibility mode, and so on the icon, if I do a right mouse click on my icon, I can go to properties and I can tell it to run it, and in this case I can tell it to run it in XP Service Pack 3 or some other thing. I can do that as well. I can run the program in some other version of the software, and for whatever reason my program works just fine in Windows 7, and I know people who can't run it in Windows 7 on their machine, but it works fine in Windows XP Service Pack 3. There's an apply button down there. Did you see that? Right mouse click, properties, compatibility. Once you change to a different Windows operating system, remember to hit the apply button, say OK, and then at that point, the next time you open it, it'll open it in Windows XP as its operating system. All right, good enough for that? If so, we are stopping.